If any of you know the name of this, drop it down in the comments below what this is called, but I'm going to tell you what we use it for. Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going over all the tools of the trade. So if you've never worked on a pool table before, you'll get an inside look to see what we use in our day-to-day life. And if you're a billiard mechanic, you might find a tool you've never seen or that you're missing for your tool bag. All right, so I'm gonna start with some of the tools that a lot of people know and have seen before, especially when you're working on pool table rails or cushion replacements. You're always gonna have a rubber knife. This knife is specifically made to cut rubber. One thing I don't have here is a cup of water. And if you've never cut a cushion rubber before, you don't know that you need to dip this thing in some type of liquid, alcohol or water to cut that thing with. Rubber knife is very important. I personally love this staple remover. We remove hundreds of thousands of staples over the course of our career, probably millions. And this thing right here is the best staple remover I have ever found. It's got a wooden handle. It's a big wooden handle. It has 2 points right here. You can dig in, remove the staples. They make this for furniture makers, like when they're putting fabric on chairs. So I found this, I've used this. Because of how big the wooden handle is, I've never got a blister in my hand. I've used all the other staple removers, all of them suck, including the flathead screwdriver. We use those when we have to. If you can spare the change, go out and get you one of these. These are great. Many people will recognize this fiber block. So this is what we use to drive down what's called the feather strip. The feather strip is what allows us to put the rail felt on your table. And we use this to flatten that out so it's nice and flat across the top of the rail, but a fiber block. Next thing is, this is what we call, it's a clamp. It's got a tightener, tighten it up, loosen it, whatever. But this is what we use to grab that felt and pull it really tight, especially when we're having to like index some on this felt or anything like that. Like it's literally a clamp. It's a locking clamp, so you can lock it, pull it. Great tool to use. As I get into more of like the slate stuff, when we kind of get into actual components and stuff, I've seen a lot of other people use a lot of different things. This is basically one big razor blade. It's got a handle, so you can get a lot of tension down on the slate when you're removing the wax. So what do we need to remove wax for if you're not a billiard mechanic? We use this torch. This torch, specifically, we buy them from SpaceX because these are the best torches I have found. They're a torch for food, but what these things do, these by SpaceX do not go out. So, shout out to SpaceX, Elon Musk, if you'd like to sponsor us. Next up is the wax itself. They have different types of wax. So this wax here, the blue wax, a lot of manufacturers sell this. It's not my preferred wax of choice. We use this when we're in pinches because it's easy to come by and a lot of people have it. I'm not sure the exact type, but I think it's very similar to like a candle wax. We don't love using this, but we use it when we have to. What we prefer to use are the 1 pound beeswax blocks. Now this stuff smells great, works great, melts easy, scrapes easy, but like these 1 pound blocks sometimes are hard to come by. So we always order those a lot. And we obviously use the torch to melt the wax, right? When we're leveling slate though, what a lot of people have never seen is the wedges that we use. These are just wooden wedges. So when we use this, essentially, we're doing that to raise that slate up. Always need a good set of wooden wedges. This right here is King Cobra's glue. So if you're working on commercial style tables, you need to index some on this felt, or you're working on like, you know, a bar box essentially, you're gonna wanna use a good glue. Standard spray glues don't make the cut. This is the best glue that's on the market to date. And so I grabbed a can out of the back. It's what we use. King Cobra, they designed a lot of stuff that goes into this glue specifically for our industry. Basically the only thing that really works in all settings and environments. A lot of other stuff will come loose. So this makes it really easy to work on. Now that covers basically what most of the mechanics know and have seen before. There's a few things up here that I have that, you know, not all mechanics in your area are gonna have or use. The staple gun, we use the electric staple gun. That's what's in this case by DuoFast. Some people use pneumatic staple guns, and we're kind of starting to transition over to that just because what happened is the manufacturer, DuoFast, went out of business and a company bought up all the last of their staplers. So there's a limited run on these staple guns. Now we own I probably own 10 of these, but they have a problem internally, right? They break down and you can't get replacement parts. So we're eventually gonna have to go to pneumatic. But for now, like this is what we're using. And it's my favorite staple gun. It's what I've used my entire life. and I would prefer this over pneumatic, but I've seen some guys work with pneumatics, and it looks like pneumatic's gonna be like that long-term solution for us. Now, to leveling the slate, to leveling the table, you need a good level to know when it's level. There's a lot of other tips and tricks that we do that I'm not gonna showcase in this video, but a machinist level, Starlet machinist levels are the best on the market. It gets you the most fine-tune adjustments, right? So you can put a carpenter's level on a table and that's gonna get you close. This will get you closer. We use a machinist level, obviously it's a Starlet level, to level the slate specifically. The final thing though in this whole video that I wanna show you is something my father gave me, he's had for years. So you have this wedge, okay? If any of you know the name of this, drop it down in the comments below what this is called, but I'm gonna tell you what we use it for. If you wanna know how good your cushions are, Brunswick made this device decades ago. And so what you do is you line it up against one cushion, okay? And it gives you a consistent speed and roll to roll this ball. So when I drop this ball is weighted specifically for this tool. You drop it, it rolls down the wedge, it will tell you basically the life of your cushion. So not a lot of people have seen these things. Super cool. My dad gifted me this. I can't find these anywhere. And it was a gift from Brunswick to him decades ago. So it's one of my most prized possessions, but this is the case, it comes in. It's nice and, you know, laid for felt, built with the ball box in there, so it's super cool. I'll put everything back in here, close this up. That is pretty much all the tips, tools, and tricks that we use that you can't buy from a standard hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot. You can't buy this in those shops, and not a lot of people have seen them, not a lot of people know that those are actually what we use. So if you've liked this video, you want to see more kind of in-depth behind the scenes, kind of unique perspectives on some of the stuff that we work on, subscribe to this channel. And in the comments, let me know what tool you've never seen before. Was this it? Did you know about a Scarlet level? Have you seen the SpaceX torch? What about that staple remover? Highly recommend if you're a mechanic, get that staple remover. But let us know down in the comments what your favorite tool was, and we'll see you in the next one.